Welcome to Game Bros. This is Cuco,
This is DJ Fuego.
and give me 1 second.
Camera has moved a little bit. We will fix it. There we go. Good to go. If not, the whole green screen will be disaligned and we'll have a weird out show. I am producing right here from the station, from the back, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. Just bear with me. But we're going to have a hefty show of mostly just technology, cell phones, all the new tech that's going to be coming out this year for you guys. It's a lot of it.
So this is Cuco,
DJ Fuego again.
and Cuquito sitting in on the middle, trying to help us out with the ones and twos. Let's see how this works. So like always, we always start off with the news, and the biggest news we have this week is doesn't get any bigger than the World Mobile Conference out in where?
In
Barcelona. Of all places, Barcelona, the home of Lionel Messi.
We have a little clip for you guys, just a little intro. And you can't hear the clip, but this is what's going on.
You see a lot of people running around. Fast forward. This is a big conference in, like we said, in Barcelona, where everybody shows off all they have to offer as far as the mobile industry, tablets, the whole mobile market.
Technology, yeah, basically. And that's what's going big right now, which
Active gear, right?
yeah, Samsung's pushing a lot of that. They say that's a big market coming up. So they're going to be pushing a lot of active and a lot of sports and exercise-related kind of stuff to their market.
So that's a big thing right now. It's the whole active wear, getting the footsteps, integrating it with your everyday life, trying to get you to be more active and not such a couch potato. We don't want the whole Wally thing to happen, right?
Well, it's almost getting there because now you can't even drive your own car. I mean, in a couple years, cars are going to be driving themselves, and that's through this technology that we've got here.
Yeah, but I think we're still a long ways from that. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So first thing, let's get
No,
some.
they have it on cars already. BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. You don't have to drive it. It drives kind of by itself. But
Isn't it like a active cruise control basically?
yeah, that's basically it. But they are working
Like
on
it accelerates for you, it brakes for you,
yeah.
but I don't think it turns the steering wheel.
Oh no,
and all
no,
that
it doesn't do a turning or anything, but it keeps you in the lanes in case
Oh yeah,
start
so you
drifting
don't.
off
It
and
it
stuff
has
like
the cameras that measure where the lanes are, so you
Yeah.
don't swerve. That's good for people like me that are watching TV and driving at the same time.
trying to catch up on the news.
So first thing, let's get some business out. So this week we're actually sponsored by two products. One is this one right here. It's called Loot Crate. For the people that don't know what Loot Crate is a monthly subscription service that you pay a monthly fee and you actually get this package delivered to your house. And my little bow tie. I don't know if DJ Fuego can switch the camera back to Google Cam. You can see my little bow tie, and that's my bow tie, and my T-shirt is actually from this month's Loot Crate. So you get cool geek stuff like that, which is really cool. So like I said, it's a monthly subscription service. So if you want to win, we actually Loot Crate hooked us up with an extra box, which is the one that I have here, and we want to give it out to one of our fans. So in order to win, you have to put on Facebook or on Twitter, you have to write this specific phrase, word for word. It says, I am watching the GameBros Show live on YouTube for a chance to win a free Loot Crate. And the reason why we want you to write this word for word is so our name comes out. And for our sponsor, Loot Crate, to get some props, which is a really good product. We all, if you like it, give us a thumbs up. So we all like Loot Crate. So, and the other sponsor is actually the energy drink is XS. I'm sorry, XS energy drinks, which is all natural energy drink. So the seventh caller to our show. I know we had a caller when we were trying to set up.
Yeah.
If you could call back, that'd be awesome. I'm sorry, we were trying to set up the show and we had technical difficulties with the computer took a crap for some reason.
Damn computers.
We're over here trying to talk about technology, and our technology is taking a crap.
The
So,
usual thing.
in order to win, you have to call the seventh caller to 305-767-21434. Will win a 12-pack of assorted flavors of Coke. I mean, it's cola flavor, root beer, grapefruit, fruit punch. There's a bunch of different
Lemonade,
flavors.
stuff like that. It tastes really good. Very natural energy drink. In case you guys don't want to get up in the morning, this will get you up, and get you up in a good way and a good start.
Yeah. So let's go back to the whole WMC, the whole mobile conference. So the biggest one, which one do you want to start off with?
Well, we'll start off with the big one, Samsung.
Samsung was the big boy.
Samsung was like the big thing going around. They showed off 3 gears, wearable gear, which is one watch. It's not this one, but
The Gear 2.
The Gear 2, which they slimmed it down. They toned it down a little bit. They put a little better camera. The cameras it's on the unit itself, not on the wristband, so it's not that thick or anything. You could swap your wristbands out and stuff like that. It is waterproof now, so it's much better, much better.
Yeah, the first one was basically like a prototype. Let's put it onto market, see how many we sell, see if it sells good. If it sells good, then we'll improve it. And it actually sold good, even though the price was kind of hefty and the watch was bulky.
Yeah.
I think that they did a really good job with slimming it down now.
Oh yeah, definitely. They cut probably like 30% off of the whole watch, and they made it real nice and neat. Sorry.
Okay. Let me turn down mine. Damn, broadcasting 101. Turn down your cell phones. So yeah. So and then they also had the Gear Active, which was a more sporty
Yes.
watch.
And it's a very nice, has a curved OLED screen. It just gives you some basic apps, pick up the phone, pick up emails or messaging, and just one-touch messages, push like pre-scripted
The
messages.
template messages.
Yeah, template messages. And it gives you the your pulse reading. So it works with Samsung's S Active app. So it gives them a reading of how much steps you take. It has the meter for it could tell you how many steps you've been taking today, and your pulse and your rate. So it starts detecting what's your highs and lows and stuff like that throughout your day. So it's pretty nice when you're a very active person. You want to get into a diet and you want to see what your lifestyle is going to be. How is it usually going to be? And maybe you could change it with that, and that helps it out. And I think that's a great little...
Honestly, I think for like 80% of the population, that's the only thing they really need. Like the other one, if you wanted more advanced mobile stuff, I guess that's for more like an office person that needs to read emails, got to do this and that, and has to be on it 24/7. But the average person like you and I, we can easily go with something like that, right?
Yeah, I think that's way better because it gives you the pulse reading and you're active. We're very active. We constantly do exercise, and sometimes you want to see, hey, what did I do today? Wow, I did lose that. It feels good. So that's the cool part. It keeps people going, keeps them motivated, and there's a big audience with that. And Samsung has saw that, and they're taking that, and they're gonna see. They said they're gonna grow on all these active wears, and all the watches is gonna grow like about 30% more sales in this year. So from like 10 million is gonna go up to like 70 million.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So the Galaxy S5 was a big thing.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, and the biggest announcement was the Galaxy S5, which was a similar body to it. They did make it waterproof, but it's called IP57. What that means is how deep it could go and how long can it last underwater. And
Because there's different grades of waterproofing.
yeah, the higher the number, the more waterproofing it is.
And the longer it lasts underwater.
Yes. Samsung could only go 3 feet underwater and could last 30 minutes underwater.
So basically, in a pool, on the shallow end.
Yes.
Do not go in the deep end. And you can tell because it's got the little... I have a Galaxy S4. On the charging port, it has like a little rubber cap.
Yes. And
So if you really look at that really cannot withhold a lot of
pressure or anything
water
like
and
that.
pressure like that. So you knew it was gonna
And you still got the same back plate that comes off like the normal S4. It has a little rubber, like a rubber seal around the
gasket.
battery and stuff like that. But I honestly don't trust that. I saw that, and well, they say it's okay and all that, but I don't know, man. What if
Yeah, because and then you go, hey, look, my water, my thing got full of water, and they're like, oh, how long did you have it underwater for, sir? And you know
did you
how,
open the back while you're diving? Did you have your ports open?
and you
Stuff
say
like that.
no, and then hopefully they'll be cool about it and say, all right, we'll swap it out.
Yeah. So you gotta. It's not like a underwater
No
freaking.
Luke videos
No.
underwater, and
Yes.
upside down, taking video shots underwater and stuff like that. The other thing is that it has the freaking fingerprint scanner.
Wait, my bad. My bad. My bad.
Oh, it's because DJ Fuego's trying to switch.
I forgot about switching and stuff like that because I'm talking too. So
I told you it was gonna be hard.
yeah, it's gonna be difficult. So that's the Samsung Galaxy S5. It has new notification bars, has new widgets and stuff like that. They changed the little UI. It does come with a fingerprint scanner, just like the iPhone. They wanted to compete with that, so you do slide your finger on the button, and it actually
The actual home
scans.
button has a scanner built in, just like the Apple one does.
That's right, and so they say it's iffy about it. It scans sometimes it doesn't. It takes a few times, a few swipes to do it. I really could live without that. I don't think anybody's gonna steal my phone and steal whatever I have on my phone information. It does have a pulse reader on the other side, on the back side of the phone, which you put your finger over the LED, and that scans your pulse, and it takes like 2 seconds. So that works if you're working out. I really don't know how that's gonna happen. You're gonna be jogging. Oh, let me scan my finger. 2 seconds later, oh, my pulse is 98. All right, let's keep walking.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard while you're
It's
doing
kind of
that jogging.
yeah, like I don't know. If you have I don't know like a high blood pressure and you want to check your pulse, I don't know stuff like that. That's cool and all that. I mean, it's another addition, and they're trying to go with the whole sport and trying to get the whole health thing going on, and I'm for that, and I'm glad that they invented something for everybody else could push this out too. So that's their most intuitive. They're running 18 megapixel
Okay, right
camera
here
in
you
the
can see
back
them checking the pulse right now.
and 18 megapixel camera. It's the same one as the one before. They bumped it up a little bit. It can do shutter speed and much faster. Focus is the fastest focusing camera on the market right now. We're gonna take a caller.
Hello, caller. You're the first caller of the day.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes. Who is this?
it's Frankie.
Hey, what's up, man? So, how can we help you? What you calling for?
Hello,
Yeah.
Yo.
What's up, man?
it's Frankie.
What's up, Frankie?
You guys gonna talk about video games tonight?
We've been talking about video games. We just started with the whole cell phone thing. What kind of games? What kind of games do you play, sir?
I like to play all games. I like to play the NCAA games, the football games.
Did you know that they might stop making those because of the whole? They got sued by some guy that was upset that he wasn't getting no money because they were using his likeness, and you know how the old NCAA rules and all that stuff. That's actually one of my favorite football games. I like that better than Madden for some reason.
Bullshit, man. Them kids should be getting some money for that, you know? You know what I'm saying? Them kids should be getting some money.
I agree.
They be busting their ass out there on the field, you know what I'm saying? They need to be getting some money, man. That's bullshit.
I would have to agree with you, my friend. They should get paid some money, especially when EA and the NCAA are making billions and billions of dollars off of them, and when they get hurt, they just turn their shoulder to those kids. And I agree with you. They should make some money. They should get a cut, at least 10%. 10% is not going to hurt them.
That just made me mad, man. I'm sorry about cussing and all that, but, it made me mad.
No, I agree with you, man. I like passion, man. That's what it's all about. That's what's video games, sports. It's all about passion, man. I appreciate that.
Make me mad, man. Hey, on a different note, man. On a different note, what's up with the Dolphins, man? I think they made a big deal about that Richie Incognito thing, man. What you think?
I agree. Richard Incognito. Well, I think it's a little bit of both. One thing I don't appreciate Richie Incognito using that kind of language, but at the same time, I don't appreciate Jonathan Martin being a pussy. You know?
That brother was a little light. I gotta admit, man, that brother was a little light. But I guess it is what it is, man. Hey, on a different note, man. Hey, you gonna let me have some of that excess energy drink you guys been promoting?
Yeah. Well, you got to be the seventh caller. It wouldn't be fair to the rest of the listeners if I just give you. But you know what? For being the first caller, we'll probably hook you up with a 6-pack.
I am. All right, man. You got to look out for Frankie, man. From Carroll City.
Oh
Frankie.
man, that's where I grew up, man. What part of Carroll City you from?
Man, I'm right there, man. Like right across the street from the high school, man.
Man, I grew up on right across the street where the Matchbox used to be.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we probably even see each other sometime, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, Frankie, man. Thanks for the support, man. Keep it real, man.
Hey, man. Holla.
All right, man. Yep. Well, we just jumped from the whole. That's the beauty of taking phone calls. We just jumped from cell phones to Carroll City.
Yep.
So that's awesome, though. We appreciate the fans calling in. We love that. So that was our first caller. So we just need 6 more and win the 12-pack. So let's go back to the whole Galaxy S5 talk. So basically, they just added a bunch of stuff. We said it in the past. It's kind of hard to go from where the cell phones are right now to be able to one-up each other.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start adding these little things. The little fingerprint scanner, the whole reading your pulse thing. Those are little things that you didn't have before, but it's okay to have now.
Yeah.
So another big company that was out there is Sony. What did Sony have to offer?
Sony, they had to offer some tech. They did their Sony Watch Part 2. They had that going around now.
But the Sony Watch 2 is out already, right?
Yeah, they have this going out already. But they had this new item that's coming in March, which is called Lifestyle, which is a little meter, same thing. It takes your steps, it takes your meters, but at the same time, it connects to your phone, and it takes you kind of like a digital diary of your life, of what you've been doing all day today. I think that's kind of cool. I always thought about that. Why don't they invent something like that? Well, they did it. It's cool how many steps you took. You were on Facebook and you wrote about this. You did this. You did this. You did this. You did that. And you just look at it throughout the day and be like, oh, wow, this is what I've been doing all day. What a freaking...
So it's like a video. It's basically like a digital journal of your life, right?
Basically. And it works with the exercise. It takes you steps. It gives you alarms. It gives you alarms when you have to go work. And you set it up like that. You can set it up in different ways that... what?
You don't have a video of that?
No, they didn't have any videos or anything like that. I've seen and I've read about it, so they really haven't had anything about that. So it connects to your phone, and this is what they've been displaying, the new flagship of Sony,
which is this one we're looking at right now, right?
Yeah, it looks the same as the old one. Right there, you see them side by side, but they did fix all the little things that people were complaining about, which was a little bit of the speakers and the headphones and stuff like that. And they moved everything around. You have front-facing speakers that come out to the top and the bottom of the phone.
That way, if you lay your phone flat, you can still hear the music.
Still hear everything, and it sounds really good. They have digital noise cancellation, something new that they came out with. They have this new LED screen that they're running. All these new phones are running 2K resolution.
Okay.
There's 4K, there's this is 2K. See, as you can see, it's 1920. And when you add that up, it's almost 2K. And these things are all filming 4K on all of, at least Samsung and Sony. But Sony is like real 4K. And I've seen pictures and videos, and man, it's amazing.
And what about the waterproofing on this phone?
This one's a little bit more waterproofing than the Samsung. This one, you could really go diving in the deep end. You could, not the deep end, but
in the pool, because nobody's gonna go scuba diving with these things.
Yeah,
they want it for like water parks, pool, the beach, stuff like that.
You can submerge this thing without worries or anything like that. It is for that. The other one is just to protect, splash, whatever. You can submerge it, but not too long. This one, you could go 3 hours underwater, and you could go under 5 feet. So it's made for it, you know.
So, and both of these are running KitKat, right? The new
Yeah,
operating
they're
system
both
that
running
Android
KitKat.
has.
You're seeing the processor right now, 2.3 gigahertz CPU. This one's running 3 gigs of RAM. The other one, Samsung's running 2. But the speed has been the same. Samsung's been kicking butt on all like
All the benchmarks.
yeah benchmarks, but it's slightly like you really can't see it. That's what they're saying. They have this new LED technology on this phone that you can see it at any angle in super bright colors. Their camera, they have this slow motion camera which takes 120p, which means it takes 120 pictures, you know,
Per second.
per second. So you can do a slow motion very easy. You just select what part you want in slow motion, and that's it. It's very intuitive. They fix all their apps. They fix a lot of stuff. And
Did you know that from the iPhone 4 and up, the Apple iPhone uses a Sony camera?
oh yeah, I did not know that.
I didn't know that either until last week.
Well, Sony right now is running a 20 megapixel camera, G lens, and all that other good stuff. They're very they're very good with their cameras, low lighting and stuff like that. And you could take fast pitching, like people could ride on a scooter and you could take a picture of them.
Because right now, that's like one of the most important things on the cell phone. It's the camera, because a lot of people, this is their camera.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to get. But I mean, there's some people that still like complain, but it's like, geez, if you really want a camera, buy a real camera, you know?
It's like, this is not LSR qualities.
I know, geez.
It's like, yeah, this is a $500 phone and a DLSR. What is it?
A DLSR.
It's freaking $2,000. So
I know, like you can't compare.
if you really want a good camera phone, get a freaking Windows Nokia 41 megapixel camera.
Which is segueing to my other compartment. Nokia has announced that they're not working with Microsoft no more.
I guess the Windows operating system didn't work out.
But they, for some reason, I'm guessing since people bought the old phone from Windows, they wanted to keep that same feeling. So what they did was they did their own UI, but they're still working. Now they're with Android. And they have a bunch of tiles everywhere with colors and everything. So they kind of kept that whole scheme.
So they basically had a mutt between Windows and Android.
Yes, big time. And they totally dropped Windows. I guess they didn't really like it. I guess Windows is always asking for something. And so that's what's going on. You can see some pictures and stuff of
The Sony phone.
Sony phone. He does slow motion and stuff like that. It's very nice. But Nokia, has their phones too. They're not too big on the cameras. They're 18 megapixel, same different same processors and stuff. Everybody's been equaling out. It's just been apps and stuff like that. But it's been not so big. Phone wise, it's been looking the same. But Sony has announced that they're gonna be pushing every 6 months now. Not
every year. So they're gonna be pushing more phones.
Yeah, because they say that the technology is going so fast that one phone a year is not gonna keep up, and people are demanding. I don't know why.
We want more phones. We want more phones.
I mean, either they're breaking them like me. I broke mine in 6 months. Well, I broke mine in 2 weeks.
It's because now they have the whole thing where you could upgrade whenever you want. You don't have to wait a whole year to upgrade. So I guess, and at the same time, it's like, hey, guess what? I got this new phone. Now this one's jealous. Now he wants a new phone. He gets a new phone. Now I'm jealous. And that whole jealousy back and forth costs a lot of money.
It has. and they're moving that stuff around. They're moving a lot of NFC stuff. And
let's face it, if Apple came out with a phone every 3 months, welcome back. We had a little technical difficulties with the computer.
computer, I might kill you.
So But we're back though. Just real quick before we end this segment, Facebook acquired WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Did you ever use WhatsApp?
Just like in the beginning when I had an iPhone, because of the text messaging, they'll cost us, and we didn't want to pay for it, so we started using WhatsApp. It was free, and it's pretty cool what he announced.
But believe it or not, WhatsApp is huge outside of United States.
Yeah, so
Like within United States, people still use
Messaging.
SMS
yeah,
messaging or texting, but outside the United States, it's so expensive to do texting and SMS that people jumped on WhatsApp to do their texting, and they were growing by leaps and bounds.
yeah.
So Facebook was kind of like, don't beat them, join them type of thing. So like they were like, let's acquire these guys before they beat us. People were texting more than they were using the Facebook Messenger, with half the amount of users. So they were going pretty quick. So Facebook acquired them. So we'll see what they do with WhatsApp.
Well, he announced that he wanted it to be free, and he wanted to use that you speak. You don't have to text anything, and he wanted the Facebook to do that automatically. So you just talk to it, and it will start texting. And he was gonna do all this for free because he felt like it was a good thing to do. And he's like, oh, whatever I do good, after you do something good's gonna happen out of it, So everybody was really happy that he did that, and everybody's excited about this technology that he's gonna be pushing on for everybody. I mean, it's huge over there. It's a big thing.
We're going to take a quick break, but before we take a break, we actually we have the two contests going. We have the Loot Crate. So if you guys want to win this Loot Crate box that we have here, you actually have to post either on your Twitter or on your Facebook page. I am watching the GameBros Show live on YouTube for a chance to win a free Loot Crate, which is this one.
Write
so
this down.
You have to actually type this in and put it in. So
Yes.
we're going to choose one at random, and then we'll announce it, and we'll get to you through the social media that you guys chose, and get your information so we can actually ship this Loot Crate box to you. The other thing is the 7th caller, we already have one. The 7th caller will win a box of 12-pack of assorted XS energy drinks. Ooh, so they're really good. So you guys got to call in. Yes. So we're going to take a quick break. Before we take a break, I want to talk about a website. This website is called it's Gamers Unlimited, and the website is www.gamers. There you go, www.gamersltd.com. So basically, this is what it is. Is a friend of mine. He has this website where you can actually buy any game you want. He has even the new ones in pre-order that are about to come out, like Titanfall. Elder Scrolls Online.
Ooh.
Like Sun. What's his name? Infamous. Second Son. All these games you can go to GameStop, Best Buy, and buy them. But if you go to this website, you could actually save $3 on each game. So he has the games actually cheaper than you would anywhere else. So I highly recommend this website. You guys need to check it out. Like I said, it's www.gamersunited, but it's Unlimited, I'm sorry. Gamers Unlimited, but, abbreviated. So it's gamersultd.com. Please check it out. It's really good. I don't know if we got a couple of screenshots of his site. It's pretty awesome. This is Elder Scrolls. This is Infamous Second Son, which is a game I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys go get.
The visuals are amazing.
And as you can see, it's $3 cheaper. And he's got, Titanfall. And he's got a couple of games that we're going to talk about later. So we're going to take a quick break. Check out this video. It's pretty funny. And then we'll be back with our review of a couple.
All right. I might yell just a little.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Well. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm not. Okay. I'm a jolly good fella. Okay, it's okay. All is well. I lived a good life. Safety purposes. His back. Okay. Well, Fuck you! Holy smokes! Okay, Whoa! Okay, that wasn't so bad. What happened? I think I blanked out. Okay, oh my God, I'm upside down! You said it didn't go upside down! You said it didn't go upside down! Oh, get it down! Okay, sorry, so that wasn't so bad, was it? What do you, woo! Oh my God, right, just, all right, I get it! Oh, okay, he's doing this on purpose. Okay, my legs, I lost feeling in them, okay? It's okay.
I'm still laughing. Oh my God.
Well, okay, okay, my legs don't work anymore. I think I left my lung up there.
What did you why are you yelling? Oh, fuck.
How was that? Is that pretty cool? James, are you still with us? Now guys, just a question while you're strapped in, if you'd like to do one more, it's only $10 each. Go straight back. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Charge it on the car, baby.
All right. I might yell just a little.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Well.
Hey, welcome to GameBros. Switch back, Richie. We're not ready yet. That's Juan right there. Oh, sorry. I'm not used to somebody being here. So that's Juan, everybody. The world famous Juan Campos is here.
Fast Cat 629.
There we go, Fast Cat. This is Cuco. Guess who's on camera again?
Cool.
You know him. Clip it, Richie, clip it. You know which one I'm talking about. You gotta fix the camera.
Oh, the notorious clip I made.
Yeah, we don't have that one yet. Don't worry. One day. You know when Lord Infamous is on, we're talking sports. So welcome to the sports segment of our show. First thing I want to talk about is Mr. Incognito going crazy. How do you feel about that, Mr. Juan?
Was that when he bashed in his Ferrari?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I thought it was was that like staged or something? Because it was really strange. I didn't understand what was happening. And the reporter came up to him and he.
No, the first thing how it happened is that the neighborhood people saw a beat up, Ferrari with a baseball bat in it. So they called the cops, and when the cops came out and they asked Mr. Incognito if he saw anything, he's like, "Yep, I saw everything." He's like, "Oh, you did?" It's like, "I did it."
Okay.
So how do you think? How do you feel about Mr. Incognito going buck wild on his own Ferrari?
I don't know, man. It left me speechless. It left me speechless. I can't believe someone. He's got issues, man. He's very unstable right now, and I think the Dolphins should try to help him out, man. I think it's up to them.
It's crazy. No, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're a multi-billionaire. Man, it's a Ferrari that you're destroying, man. It's crazy. Lord Infamous, what's your take on this whole thing?
Well, if he was mad and wanted to beat up something, I would have given him my face. And let me keep the Ferrari.
He's like, I'll trade my face for that car.
Yeah, just beat me up all you want. Let me keep the Ferrari.
Because let's be honest. If Fabi, Lord Infamous, right now, his coochie level's right here. With a Ferrari, it would be like up here. No matter what his face looked like, his coochie level would like upgrade 99%.
That's messed up.
But Juan, Fast Cat, you would have to agree with that, though.
Give it to me then, if that's the case.
No, but would you agree that the coochie level goes from here to here?
Of course, man. It goes off the charts.
Girls don't know.
Man.
They don't care.
Definitely. But in Fabi's case, I don't know, man. He may need a little bit more than that. He may also need the private jet, too.
I already got that. What you talking about, fool?
A lot of people say that they actually, staged the whole, the whole baseball bat to the car thing just so he can plead insanity when the case of Mr. Martin and Mr. Incognito go to court. Do you agree with that?
Google, don't. Sorry for interrupting, but I looked at the car after this alleged, beating.
Incident?
Yeah, and the car looked fine. For a guy that big, is that all he did to the car? What did he do? He broke a mirror, and then, I don't know. He
dented
a small dent
the
on
hood.
the side.
Bust up the grill.
The car actually didn't look that bad. And
yeah, but you know how much it costs on Ferrari cars?
He didn't even look like he worked up a sweat, man. I think it was staged. I think it was all planned. It's a PR move. He's planning on doing something.
Now he's in a nut house, though.
He's planning on suing somebody. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
But now he's in a nut house.
He's probably going to sue the NFL for making him crazy, all the concussions.
He wants a piece of that cake, that concussion cake.
Yeah, hits made him crazy.
They made him a bigot, too?
Oh no, that was in Nebraska. Remember, he played college in Nebraska. That doesn't help. The other thing is, roll that little clip of Mr. Dion Jordan, DJ Fuego. So right here we see the Miami Dolphins moving up in the draft to select Mr. Dion Jordan from the University of Oregon. And guess what? Now they're thinking about trading him.
Not surprised. It's typical Miami crap, so I'm used to it by now.
What position does Dion Jordan play?
Defensive end.
Defensive end, okay. He's gonna be sacking our quarterback a year from now.
With our luck, he'll probably go to New England, become some superstar. He's 6'7", runs a 4.5 40. You're telling me that there's no place on the field that this guy can play?
I don't know.
Especially for the fish.
Exactly.
The funny thing, I was there that night. Like, you see that clip right there? I was in there cheering. I don't know why.
Because everybody else was.
I guess I was with the moment. Like, yeah, Dion
we got
Jordan.
somebody. We moved up.
But I didn't know who he was.
Can you put the Oregon clip? So these are kind of some highlights from Mr. Dion Jordan when he played in Oregon. When I was show prepping, I got some of these clips.
I like the uniform.
He looks like he can play. Man, I just told you, he's 6'7". Look at his wingspan. He's 6'7", runs a 4.5.
Should be playing basketball.
Dog, he should. He's got to be able to play on the field somewhere, anywhere. Make him a tight end.
What are the issues there? They're saying like, what, he hasn't developed, he's not fast enough, or what is it?
I don't know. Supposedly he can't play for some reason.
Well, he's supposed to be the reincarnation of Jason Taylor, right?
If you ask me, he's faster than Jason Taylor.
We need the reincarnation of Dan Marino. That's what we need. Forget Jason Taylor.
No, we need a miracle on the Dolphins.
So we need a couple reincarnations of a couple of players, actually. But you see, he doesn't look like he can't play. Like he could actually play some football. But my thing is that we moved up in the draft. We went and we selected this guy. And 1 year later, they drafted this guy. He was just coming off of shoulder surgery. So they knew he was hurt when they drafted him. And they moved up to get him, and now a year later, now they're upset because he can't find a spot on the field for him.
Maybe it's a planned move. They're like, oh, let me draft this guy, and then a year later, I could get something with more value.
What do you think, Mr. Fastcat?
I don't see why you're so amazed. Isn't this what the Dolphins do? They bring in talent and then they give it away. They don't. They develop it halfway and then they give it away, and that same talent ends up hurting us down the road anyway. So it's the same MO for the Dolphins. Nothing changes. Nothing has changed. Nothing is different. If the Dolphins win 9 or 10 games next year, then I can say that's not their MO. But for now, I'm not surprised. They're going to do something like that.
Yeah, but come on, man. I understand that the Dolphins are a little inept. They haven't been this bad for years. And second, like, come on, man. You guys make it seem like it's part of their schedule. Like, oh, we'll draft here, we'll F it up here, and then we'll get rid of them here. That's not. I'm sure that's not how the Dolphins, are planning, their front office people to do their work like that.
So they like to keep their fans on the edge of the seat. They're like, oh, what are we gonna do this year to keep them, waiting? How to keep the season excited,
I don't know. I find that hard to believe that they really want to like tease us. Like, what do they get? What they get out of teasing us? Chad Johnson?
Yeah, right. You were supposed to get him, and then he just left.
Yep.
That was like the whole thing you're talking about, to keep him on the edge of the seat.
Yeah, but it doesn't help that Chad Johnson hit his wife with a damn lamp. Por eso, they didn't plan it like that. They just freaking Chad Johnson went AWOL. It happened.
Listen, the football culture for the Dolphins is out the window. There is no football culture in this town anymore when it comes to professional football. Okay, we have good high school football culture. College, so-so. But when it comes to the NFL, they have no culture, man. What happens with this team? Because as long as that stadium is 40 or 50,000 strong every Sunday, he's making his money. He's making his bottom line. At the end of the day, if he did, he would have gotten someone out here with some football sense from the beginning, and that's not happening.
Do you think that they're trying to hold out one more year for the whole Jim Harbaugh thing?
What's up with the Jim Harbaugh thing? I hadn't heard about that.
Well,
I hope so.
San Francisco and the San Francisco front office and Jim Harbaugh are not getting along. So a lot of people are thinking that Mr. Ross, being from Michigan, a Wolverine, and Jim Harbaugh being a Wolverine, that they keep in touch still after the whole debacle of him going to recruit him. So they're thinking that Jim Harbaugh might play coach one more year with the 49ers, and then he'll jump ship. When he jumps ship, we'll get rid of Philbin and get rid of this Hickey guy. So they basically told, hey, Hickey, look, we're going to hire you for a year. This is all like, a ruse to keep, our fans like, and then a year later, you're probably going to get fired and we'll bring Jim Harbaugh. You think these people don't talk about these things? They'll sign Hickey. I'll sign for $5 million. You're going to pay me $5 million to, draft this guy, and then leave next year?
If that's the case, then what's the point of spending $5 million? We can spend it on a decent player.
Well, salary cap's going up, so we'll have more money to sign more players. And that's the thing, that they're also thinking about getting rid of Cameron Wake and getting rid of Mike Wallace.
So it's basically another season down the drain. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say.
Oh yeah! Why blow up the whole house? It's like.
But if you're gonna blow up the whole house, you might as well just do it once. That's the thing. The Dolphins keep blowing up rooms of this house. they'll get rid of one room, rebuild one room, get rid of another room, rebuild that one, when they could just blow it all down and then rebuild it all up. But at the same time, that the problem with the Dolphins is mediocrity. If they would suck for a while, then they could draft good and then rebuild. Or if they're just good, they're good. But we're always right in the middle. So we draft in the middle. We're always in the middle. And then when you're drafting in the middle, you can't miss. And we miss a lot. Like, when's the last time we drafted a good running back? Larry Zonka? Because
Ronnie Brown. I think Ronnie Brown was good. Just gave up on him too easy.
It's because it kind of sucked that he blew out both of his knees. And he got kind of old. But at the same time, I think our offensive line, when I look at them, I think I see a bunch of Martins. I see a bunch of big, soft linemen. I don't see, like, when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers or the San Francisco 49ers offensive line, those are the kind of guys I want to go to war with. They look like the guys that would go out and kill somebody. Our guys look like they want to have tea parties.
Well, they look like the old school football players, like all tough and.
Who are you talking about? Not the Dolphins.
Yeah, no,
obviously.
Oh,
okay. Ooh.
Yeah, not ours. No,
the 49ers line, that's like a big old line,
Old school, beat you up, knock you down,
aggressive.
Knock your teeth.
They don't take crap from nobody.
It goes back to the football culture. It goes back to the football culture. There's no such thing here in Miami.
But when you say football culture, who are you referring to? You're referring to the owner, coach?
The whole shebang. It starts with the owner. I mean, a guy that has some kind of football sense, or at least surrounds himself with people that have football sense. And I don't feel that he does that. I mean, the product that he's pitted on the field for the last 5-6 years is subpar, to say the least. I mean, when they didn't go all out.
But he hired a general manager to select the players.
Yeah, but he didn't hire a very good one, did he? The thing is, when they had the chance 2 years ago, they should have tanked that last season, Sperano's last season. They should have tanked that season, and they should have gone for luck. That's what they should have done.
Suck for luck, in other words.
And I'll tell you, this would be a completely different football team, and that's what I mean by football culture, having some football sense. The people up in Indianapolis had that football sense.
So they sucked for luck and got what they got.
They had the luxury of letting go possibly the best quarterback of all time. If they took that chance, with Peyton Manning, don't you think we should have taken the same chance? And we didn't even have a football team or an offense, much less.
Well, if Tannehill would have connected on maybe 25% of his deep balls to Wallace, we would have made the playoffs.
But that's the problem. Miami's full of ifs. There's too many ifs, and ifs are not going to get you in the playoffs much. I'm actually glad they didn't make it to the playoffs because I think it would have been a disaster. So I mean, the football team at the end showed its true colors. They are what they are. They were an 8-8 team, and actually I thought they were going to go 7-9. So they kind of
overachieved.
They made me look bad.
I thought they were gonna win the division, like a good 10-6.
I at the beginning of the season with all the stuff with the Steelers and the Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean Steelers. I don't know why I said Steelers, but the whole Patriots Jets thing. I agree. I thought that we were easily gonna win the East, but
Let's look
our
at it
tight
this
end
way.
went down. Our wide receivers went down. Like a lot of people forget, we had a lot of hurt players on the offensive side of the ball.
The O-line was really bad.
Richard, I think the mic levels are all different. No? Okay.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to quarterback play. Whether they're a pocket passer or whether they're a college style quarterback, like the guy up in Seattle, like Wilson, or like the guy in San Francisco, it came down to how well they played. It really did, and it came down to how well Peyton Manning played, and he didn't play very well at the end. In Miami, we have a guy who I think is a nice backup, Tannehill, and I think if you're going to be an elite quarterback and you go 8-8, that means your team should have actually been 4-12. Those extra 4 games that you won on the shoulders of that quarterback. That's what I think, and that wasn't the case this last year with Tannehill. I don't believe that he can take control of the game and make something happen on his own when there's nothing there.
Yeah,
If-
but
if-
weren't
if
there
the
like
script-
several games that he actually drove us down and we got
I
like
could say 2 games like that.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, he brought us
But
back.
can you honestly say that those 2 games he just carried the team on his shoulders and pretty much was Superman? Like we saw Andrew Luck in the playoffs.
well,
when-
he made the right choice.
Remember that one play at the end? I think it was like 4th and goal or 3rd and goal for Andrew Luck. He picked up a fumble and ran it in. I mean, that's the kind of quarterback play you need. That's the kind of
Yeah, but
of
come
spark
on, Fast
that a
Cat,
football
man. You're
team
talking
needs.
about one quarterback that was made and born and like bred to
But
be a
that's what we
freaking.
need. That's my whole
But
point.
those guys come one in
That's
a
my whole
million,
point.
though, man. You're
But that's
talking
my whole
about.
point. No, there's at least 5 or 6 in the NFL right now, and we had a chance at this guy. Not only that, in the last 10 years, we've had a chance at a couple of other guys that are similar. Drew Brees, what happened there? Miami keeps dropping the ball when it comes to quarterbacks. They have to tank a season, and they have to get a good quarterback. They have to do that. If they had any football sense, they would have done that 2 years ago. Guess what? We'd be talking about something different today.
So who you would have got this season? Let's say we tanked the season. Who you going to pick?
What, this season?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a good.
This is not a
quarterback
good
draft.
tanking season.
Yeah, this is not a good quarterback.
That's the
draft.
problem.
But
You
that
say-
particular season was.
You're saying tank it, but you don't know when you're going to have a good class of quarterbacks. So
Well-
you're just going to keep on losing
Well-
until you find, oh, this guy looks decent.
Well, obviously, one thing has to go with the other. I don't mean just throw away the season for nothing.
So you gotta wait till you see a Joe Montana, a Drew Brees, a Peyton Manning, or Andrew Luck in college and say,
just
"Hey,
forfeit
this
all
is
the
it.
games."
This is the one. This is the one we're gonna tank, guys. This is the one we're going down on."
They have to do something differently because regardless, if you're going 8-8 and you're missing the playoffs, it's the same thing. You're tanking the season anyway. It's the same thing. You're not getting anywhere. You're not moving forward. You're not moving back. They've been static now for what? More than 5 years. They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, they're making noise this season.
So from a sucky team, we're gonna talk about a good team. But before we talk about the good team, let's talk about excess energy drinks. So
Alright.
our 7th caller to the GameBros phone line 305-767-2134 will win a 12-pack of assorted drinks. As you can see here, Fast Cat's got the root beer flavored.
Right there.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So that's the root beer flavored XS energy drink. Sports are extreme, and so are we. So we drink XS for success, and it's an all natural drink made with all natural flavors, all natural energy, which is important. So no downers, and nothing but pick me up.
Only 8
So
calories.
only 8 calories. So you don't have to burn that. You don't have to run that much to burn those calories off.
Low carbs and low sugars.
Low
No sugars, actually. No sugars.
So 305-767-2134 will win you the 7th caller would win a case of these. So let's talk about a good team now, the Miami Heat. Now, LeBron James broke his nose and he had to wear a mask. And now the NBA doesn't want him wearing that mask. Do you
What?
guys know why?
Because he looked like a thug.
No, try again.
Scary.
He looks like Hannibal Lecter.
It wasn't good for marketing. No, there's 2 reasons. And when you hear these reasons, you're going to think they're very, very dumb. And so did he. One is that they couldn't know who he was. Yes, they couldn't know who he was. That's why he has to wear see-through. And he had to get bigger eye openings so they can read his eyes. So that's why he had to change his mask. What do you guys think about this? I just think they're just cock-blocking.
Yeah, I think they were just mad that he was getting more attention than the actual game.
And even D Wade told him, he's like, after the game or before the game, when he wore the black one before the game, he's like, D Wade goes to LeBron, you better enjoy this because this is the last time you're gonna get to do this. And LeBron's like, why? They're not gonna let you wear that again. You'll see. And exactly how he said is what happened. And I guess the NBA doesn't like all the attention going to one specific player, I guess, and all the attention his mask was bringing. So the NBA like, oh, you got to wear a see-through one. Do you buy this whole, I don't know who this guy is playing with this mask, like he's Zorro or some shit?
He's the only
Like,
guy wearing the mask, and they know LeBron James is the only guy wearing the mask. That's not even a.
It's like Superman wearing a pair of glasses. Like, oh, Clark Kent. Oh shit, Superman. Oh, Clark Kent. Oh, Superman. Like really, you did not know who number 6'8" guy dunking on you, putting his huevos on your face. You didn't know who that was?
The only guy wearing a mask. The only guy wearing a mask on the court. We don't know who he is. It's Richie Ortiz.
It's how did the TV people do it? And then the whole thing about reading his eyes. So what does he do when he does a no-look pass? He's like, oh shit, that's not fair. He was looking that way, ref, and he passed the ball that way. What the hell's up with that?
What, people were complaining about that?
I'm serious. I read this right before the show because I was curious. I'm like, what would bother them about him wearing a black mask? I don't want to be racist, but damn, if he wears a see-through mask, guess what? It's black.
Yes.
So like the whole thing, I didn't get that. So I read it, and that's what I read. That they didn't like the fact that they couldn't tell who he was, and the thing is that I guess he made his mask more ominous. What? Shit, I can't say the word.
Ominous.
Ominous, and it was scaring the Knicks.
Well, the thing is, I can kind of understand that for marketing reasons, people can't, watching on TV, may not know immediately who he is because the mask pretty much covers his whole face.
Yeah, but if
And
you don't know by now, number
LeBron
6,
James,
so the Heat, who's that?
Yeah, but the face, the face is a brand. And but, I mean, it does sound a little bit far-fetched, and I think it's overkill.
So
on
all the
part of
football
NBA.
players are scarred because you can't.
Yeah, they
Well,
got
yeah, I
face
mean-
mask. They got the little stuff for the
Think
eyes.
of the
what's it called?
Steelers; they wear black helmets, and it's I don't know, it's kind of it's kind of overkill, I think.
I mean, they should check their security team because they
The
don't know
NBA
who
are
gets on the
dumb because
court.
they should have jumped all over. Like marketing would made a bunch of these masks, and I'm telling you, they would have sold like crazy.
We'd be wearing some right now on the show.
Hell yeah! If I could buy a pair of these black masks, we would all have some. I would have some hanging up here, back here. Dog, let the man. It's because and then you start getting other guys breaking their faces and then coming up with like other masks, and
making
and
it
then,
unique.
and then it'll become like the WWE, and it'll have all these crazy masks. There's the black mask right there.
It'll be
Who
like-
is that? Who is that? Do you know who that is?
No, not really. That looks like something from like Phantom of the Opera. or
Was that
something.
Chris Bosch?
No, that was me actually. I gotta admit it.
That was
me.
Lord Infamous playing.
That was me.
Could have been. Could have been.
I grew up like 15 inches, turned black. I know, went and killed it.
So the other thing is the Pacers. The Pacers still trying to be number one. They picked up some new guys. Do you still think the Miami Heat will win the NBA championship?
I think it all falls under Dwayne Wade.
And you got to admit, Dwayne Wade's been playing lights out lately.
Yeah, I don't know, like if he's getting like steroids on his knees or something. But
He called Ray Lewis
yeah, like was it beer tranquilizers? He's
beer tranquilizer.
Well, now we know what Alex Rodriguez is doing on his off time.
He's getting paid.
He's helping out the Heat.
It's like, I got the stuff you need.
yeah. It's all on Dwayne Wade. If he's healthy, then I'll say yes, the Heat. But if he's not, I don't think the rest of the team could like help out LeBron.
You don't think LeBron could carry this team on his shoulders, his
I mean,
broad shoulders?
LeBron could score a good 30-something points, but the other team just settles for mediocre. I mean,
I said it before. All you need from Wade is a couple of good games per series, and the Heat are going to three-peat. That's my belief. And,
But what about the Pacers? Do you think the Pacers? Because remember, man, the Pacers and the Heat don't match up good, and happens sometimes. Sometimes you're a really good team, but for some reason, you have these teams that don't match up good against you, and it's hard for you to compete against them.
For the last 3 years, it's been the same. Every year, there's a team in the playoffs that the Heat do not match up well with, and the Heat pull it off last minute. It's something. It's that switch. I mean, I know it's cliche, but every time that switch is they hit it, the Heat picks it up, man, and it's not a fable. It's not a legend. It's happened twice already, and I think it's going to happen a third time.
yeah, the problem with the Pacers is that they're playing too angry. They're like, oh, we're so focused on beating the Heat.
They're gonna miss. They're gonna trip over someone else. They're so focused on the Heat. They need to take care of their business first before they.
Yeah, they play angry, so that's where the Heat take advantage.
Damn, dog.
They're clear-minded and they know what to do.
They're like free A-Rod. By mistake, I was on a different page, and then I turned back to our chat room, and it's like bombarded with stuff. So Lord Infamous will start like trying to read some of this stuff because they're like free
Somebody's gotta read
Ron.
it.
This is your backup
These
producer.
people need to start calling the show so they can win their 12-pack of excess, and so that they can get with the program. You guys need to start calling.
Yeah. Call in and win your excess energy drinks. The phone number is 305-767-2145. And for people that don't know, you could call with a regular phone. You don't have to use. You could use Skype if you want. You could Skype call us, but you can use just a regular cell phone and call us. So the seventh caller would actually win a case, a 12-pack of assorted XS energy drinks, and it does give you success. And if you put on your Twitter, on your Facebook, you guys could win the Loot Crate. You guys got to type in your on your wall. You got to put "I am watching the GameBros Show live on YouTube" for a chance to win a free Loot Crate. And Coquito will actually choose the Loot Crate winner. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna watch this funny sports video, and then we'll be back. We're gonna take a XX drink.
Like I was a pistol in the primary, speaking codes, no binary. Irony is that I don't have a beautiful mind at all. I'm not tired at all, it's no time to pause. Deep thought with my feet sore, I'm walking, not a lot of money for a cheap Porsche. Though I don't drive, but I'm known by the guys that are designed to make you go high. Like devil in a green when I chinnin'. Bring Yasmin for the singing, kill 'em. And I'm keeping the melody where it better be. I'm pedally and readily burning within the evergreen enemies. Higher than a feather with amphetamines. Only my head top can be ahead of me. Voice, but guess what? It's never ketamine. Making noise from brain crush, down in my head tops. Giving up my soul again on the guest spot. For all the young guns in London. When we're coming home. When we're coming home.
And I'm feeling the thunder, stemming from the hunger, and I'm traveling higher. Shouldn't wake up the fire. That's why they call me a young gun. And now my name is getting bigger, pressing music like a trigger. A young gun. And now my future's looking brighter, never stop 'cause I'm a fighter. A young gun.
Yeah, me and Devlin young gunning, skunk running, delete you in one button. If you don't know somebody, best tell him I turn everything air red, edge, I'm so good, I already went heaven. Let's get him, I'm every in 10 seconds. Till I got a holler back like Gwen Stephens. Follow that 'cause I'm trend setting. You get better than 7 hope and getting a message. I'm putting less of the effort, I'm still better than most. Come around, try bread, you'll be getting a toast. I think 10 out of 10 from 11 years old. Try rap for me, but I left him alone. I'm back for the title like I live it at home. Oh, see me at the O2, no gas, they know that I'm coming up next like Yasmin.
And I'm feeling the thunder, stemming from the hunger, and I'm traveling higher. Shouldn't wake up the fire. That's why they call me a young gun. And now my name is getting bigger, pressing music like a trigger. A young gun. And now my future's looking brighter, never stop 'cause I'm a fighter. A young gun.
Young guns. I'm a young gun like a brand new weapon. I don't stand to be standing and tell them what I reckon. To be a part of the Arsenal present, you'd have to be better than Devlin, Yasmin, winning when it is. So in that case, forget it if you don't make the cut like a radio edit. You get left beheaded, then dead it when Devs takes you out like a direct debit. One, I run away for a minute or two, but now I'm back in the booth. I've got them all pissed up a walk on.
Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock and roll. Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock and roll. Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock and roll. Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock and roll. Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock and roll. Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock and roll. 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 Rock and roll.
Pencil in a binary, speaking codes, no binary. Irony is that I don't have a beautiful mind at all. I'm not tired at all, it's no time to pause. Deep thought with my feet so walking, not a lot of money for a cheap Porsche. Though I don't drive, but I'm known by the guys that are designed to make you go high. Like devil in a green when I chinning. Bring Yasmin for the singing, killing. And I'm keeping the melody where it better be. I'm deadly and readily burning within the evergreen. Enemies higher than a feather with amphetamines. Only my head top can be ahead of me. But guess what? It's never kept to me. Making noise from brain crush, down in my hedge tops. Giving up my soul again on the guest spot. For the young guns in London. When we're coming home. When we're coming home. When we're coming home. And I'm feeling the sunlight.
Welcome back to Game Bros. It's Cuco, DJ Fuego,
DJ Fuego.
and a caller.
Great.
What's up? What up, Game Bros?
Am I the lucky winner this week?
No, you're not the lucky winner, honey. How you doing?
Aw, pretty good, man.
So what's up? What kind of? I heard your son threw your phone down the stairs. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, that was very true.
So does the phone
It's
work?
thoroughly done.
It's
But
done.
good that you
Finally,
get over
that's
the
it.
iPhone.
The phone's over.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over iPhone.
You're over iPhone. So what kind of phone are you looking for? Are you looking for a Galaxy
go for the
S5, the Sony?
Or the Sony. I'm not sure yet. I gotta see.
What about the
which
LG?
one. I gotta see GameBros, see which advice they give me.
So this calls for you, Mr. Cell Phone, DJ Fuego. If you were out in the market trying to look for a new cell phone, which cell phone would you go for? Would you go for the S5, the Sony, or the LG?
If she's prone to accidents, I will go for the Samsung because it is waterproof. The LG is not waterproof. But she did throw it down the steps.
Which
just
has
gotta
which has a better screen, or they're all Gorilla Glass?
I don't even think any of them.
I mean, waterproof.
None
I
of
mean,
those two are Gorilla
baby-proof.
Glass. The Sony one is Gorilla Glass. It's scratch proof, but it does break if it does shatter.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, you keep my kids on the back street.
But you gotta have a good case. That's all I can say and recommend. But I mean, depending on
Screen
what you
protection.
use it
You
and
gotta
stuff
get
like
you
that.
gotta get the HD screen protection by Pro Shield.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can I make a comment on the LeBron James thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think that is so ridiculous. I think he looks hot like that.
Oh my goodness! Now you're really going overboard by saying he's hot. So well, thank you for calling in. Try
Alright,
again
thank
next
you,
time.
guys.
Hey, 5 more people have to call, and then you can call and you can win.
Okay, thank you.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, yeah, that's the whole game, bros.
Yeah, I know, but
DJ Fuego's glowing on the screen. Yeah, it's because the whole chroma key thing. And who's Lafi? They actually know who you are.
I don't know who's.
And we have somebody trying to barge into the studio over here. So let's get into the whole reviews of the video games. The games that came out this week were actually 2 games. One came out for the Xbox One. I know Fast Cat doesn't even know what the hell Xbox One is.
It's a box.
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
That we'll take that.
basically,
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. So for the Xbox One, a game that came out, which was an exclusive game, it's Plants vs Zombies. It is not the Plants vs Zombies that everybody's used to. This is actually a third-person Plants vs Zombies game, and Lord Infamous and Coquito and Bastion were actually playing this game. They were testing it out, and I think we got like mixed bags. Like at first it was kind of slow paced to pick up, but after a while, once you start leveling up your characters, we were pleasantly surprised of all the stuff that you could actually do. And for the people who don't know what Plants vs. Zombies is, it's zombies versus plants. The plants are trying to destroy the zombies are trying to invade the neighborhood. So right here you can see there's different classes.
And this game all started from a cell phone game, right?
Yeah, it was a
Very famous.
It came out for the
cell phone game.
iPhone. It was one of the very first games that came out for the iPhone when the Apple store opened up.
You got a caller.
No, I could.
So,
Hello?
and then so this game came out and it was basically like a tower defense game, but they made it into a third-person shooter. and it's really really good. Like I really liked it because it was different. I like the fact that my sons could play it. They're like young, so I don't want them playing like Battlefield and all that crazy stuff with all the blood and guts and gore. So they can just shoot zombies and shoot plants. And I, as a parent, I really didn't. Maybe I'm like too progressive. I really didn't mind it. Right here, you see a little drone that's being controlled by the engineer, so he could actually shoot down. And this is the engineer. I like how he's got his pants down because he used to be a plumber before he became a zombie. So he's got the whole Kraken's thing working. But it's a cool game. It's a little different. I like the graphics and the colors. I think DJ Fuego, Lord Infamous could agree with the graphics and the color. Lord Infamous was kind of like, after a while, he was kind of bored of it. But I think once you start leveling up the characters and you start opening up the game, it becomes more interesting, a lot more fun.
So how much is this game? It's a downloadable game?
It's Xbox One download, and you could also buy it at the store. But it's not a $60 game. It's actually a $40 game.
Oh, okay. Good.
And it's made by EA. And Coquito gives it 2 thumbs up. He really liked it. I think it's more leaning to the teenager, young kid market. But it was pretty cool. And for $40, I think it's a really good game. It's got a lot of stuff. You have like your capture the flag modes. You have your whole capture the flag. You have the whole team deathmatch. It's basically just, there's no stories to it. It's basically multiplayer. So it's a really cool game. And so we here at GameBros, we highly recommend it. Yeah. Just because, there's no other games for Xbox One. So
you got to wait until March 11th.
March 11th is when everybody goes buck wild with Titanfall.
I think this game's going to be really big in California,
Oh, because of all the bushes?
All the bushes, yeah.
The bushes and trees and plants.
All you need is a zombie that walks around rolling up his fingers. Just going like that. I'm going to get you. I'm going to roll you up. So we highly recommend this game.
Cool looking game.
Yeah.
PlayStation had another downloadable game that came out. It's called Strider. Strider, I think it is. We have a caller calling in right now.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, how's it going? Sorry, what were you guys talking about now? I saw the Plants vs. Zombies thing, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll call in about this, but I don't know if there's a delay or not.
No, there's a small delay, but that's fine. We were talking about Plants vs. Zombies, and we're giving a review of it. We actually like the game. We recommend people go out and get it.
Yeah, no, I heard you guys talking about the whole how there's nothing to play on 360 on Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I saw recently
Till next week.
The new bundle that's coming out with
Titanfall.
With Titanfall, and I mean, you guys know me. I've been on the show a couple times. I don't actually have a console, but I'm still getting Titanfall. But like, when I first saw that Xbox One bundle, I got a little tingle, like a little tiny impulse to go out and buy that one.
Yeah.
To just pick it up. So I wanted to know what you guys thought, or like, if you guys wanted to talk about what impact Titanfall is gonna have on the whole Xbox One and PS4 thing.
No,
I know that you guys mostly play.
Last week we did a whole review of Titanfall and Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know if you want to watch it. It's good because YouTube archives and stuff. We super highly recommend, and we even said that maybe a lot of people were waiting to buy an Xbox One just for this bundle because Titanfall is really going to move a lot of consoles.
And I think, and I hope it does, because I don't know if you guys have seen the numbers, but Xbox One is
not selling too well.
Anywhere near what PS4
and
is selling.
Titanfall promised that they would not go to PlayStation, but at the same time, with all this numbers coming out, they might actually have to start coming out for the PS4.
But
so
I don't. But didn't they have a contract with EA? How could they just void that?
They'll do something like how Mass Effect 1. Remember how Mass Effect came out for the 360, and a couple of years later they came out with it.
But that was a timed exclusive, and it was only for the first like one game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Titanfall. I'm not saying it's gonna come out right away. Maybe in a year from now, come out for the PS4, and then right before the Titanfall 2 comes out. Because, they EA and Respawn spend a lot of money on it. So it's going to be very hard for them to just, lose money with Xbox One not selling so many units, unless Xbox One sells a lot now.
So how much do you guys think you're gonna touch your PS4 when the Titanfall comes out?
A lot. It's gonna be like my next hooker. She's gonna be. I'm gonna be all over her.
The PS4?
No, the Xbox One.
Yeah, that's what
Until
I mean. Like, how much do
Infamous
you
comes
think
out.
Until Infamous comes
Which
out.
is 2 weeks after that one.
But how can you really like compare Infamous? Because Infamous is more single player. Like you'll play that and then you'll drop it and then you just go back to the one thing you can keep replaying. Which, in all honesty, probably the best multiplayer game we have right now is probably going to be Titanfall. And
No,
I'm
yeah.
saying this because I've played Titanfall
Yes.
and I've played Battlefield and I've played Call of Duty Ghosts, and I don't see Call of Duty Ghosts or Battlefield standing up to Titanfall. So I don't.
No, I agree. I agree that Battlefield. You have still a lot of people that like the whole army, strategy thing. Titanfall is more chaos and running around just shoot whatever you see style. With Battlefield, you have a lot of planning. I think Call of Duty Titanfall is a souped up version of COD, but I think Titanfall is gonna sell a lot. And a lot of people are going to be playing it for a long time, and and I've read that it's going to go into the whole esports stuff, where a lot of people are going to be playing a lot of this game, as far as tournaments and stuff like that. So,
And can I make a quick question about the whole phone thing? I know that it was kind of a couple.
Nah, that's fine. Go ahead.
So it's August or September or whenever the hell. Well, most likely around then when Apple releases the new iPhone.
yes.
What iPhone 6, Galaxy S5, which one do you guys get? I mean, I saw the Galaxy S5, and honestly, it's a good phone, but it's just these companies are just not doing anything like new with their phones.
Innovative. Yeah.
It's because it's gotten to a point where we're kind of plateauing with the cell phones. If you look at the S and the 5S, what did they improve? A fingerprint scanner. So they're going to do these incremental upgrades, but with the iPhone, they might actually change the screen size. So you're going to see a big increase as far as that. But as far as, look, Siri's still beta, and they're still pushing it out. Like, oh, you could talk to your phone, and your phone will do stuff. But it still doesn't work the way they showed us it would, like 3 years ago.
I don't know. I find Siri really useful. I'm just saying, like, both of these phones, and even the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6, I'm really hoping that it does something really interesting, because both of these manufacturers are really kind of settling down, and they don't really seem to be pushing it as much as maybe they should. And it almost makes me feel like they're opening themselves up for a third competitor to come out of nowhere and just blow them out of the water.
Have you
kinda
seen
like,
this new company that's coming out that makes basically a jigsaw puzzle phone?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. But how user-friendly is that, or how mainstream friendly
I know if
is
you
that?
lose
I mean,
one
the
piece,
iPhone,
that's it.
That's the thing. The iPhone is one of those. The whole Apple thing is how can we make this easy for people? Because the easier it is, the more people can use it. And I see that Android is more like, oh, we're gonna do our phone for the more tech savvy. So it all depends which one you want to do. It's just basically like PC and Mac. Mac is powerful, but it limits you. Where PC you could do whatever you want, and that's how Android is. Whatever you want, you can do it on. It's an open operating system.
right. So, August or October, which one are you guys getting?
Sony.
That's exactly what I mean, though. That's a third party coming in and just like wowing everybody by basically
But
working as hard as they can.
You know the LG what's it called?
The
HTC
HTC One.
One.
The HTC One's a really good phone that nobody talks about. And it's
that
a
the one
really
that's
good
all
phone.
metal?
It's
Yeah.
all metal.
I
It's
don't
got
like that one.
front-facing speakers, and they're all Beats by Dre speakers.
And
But that's the
nobody
thing,
really
though. That
talks
phone,
about
I've had
them.
it. I've had it in my hand. It's heavy, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that thing is. It feels like an iPhone or a Galaxy S in an OtterBox.
it's because that's the thing. Well, it's they made it to be strong. Like, the Galaxy is so light because it's plastic.
All plastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really hoping for the iPhone 6 for Apple to break out of this like you said, plateau that we've been having and kind of do something that maybe isn't super powerful or super crazy, but at least something that will, I guess, bring attention back to the phones or back into Apple or whatever. Like, just basically do something to stimulate competition, because these two companies don't seem to be working as hard as they can, or trying to find the next big leap, or trying to land, the next big step of where
The
things are
next
going to be
big
2
thing
years
is
ago.
gonna be Google Glass, or something similar to that. I mean, it's user friendly. You could talk to swipe in front of your face and
Well,
pick
the
up
point
phone
is, I
calls
think
and
in
stuff
June
like
we'll
that.
find out once Apple shows us what they got.
Which I think is going to be smartwatch. They're going to come out with something
with their
smartwatch.
iWatch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I think
whole
that's it. That's
fitness and
it.
everything market's too
No, and-
big to let go.
No, and their biggest competitor already did with Samsung.
Yeah.
And I've heard some people saying it's pretty amazing. Like
Lee
some people that
Fei
have
from
had
the
it in front
chat
of-
room says that all phones should have front-facing cameras. I mean, front-facing speakers.
I mean, it kind of makes sense,
Yeah, 'cause
but
you
it
put
kind
it
of
on the
does ruin
phone.
the design of certain phones. Like, can you imagine the iPhone with front-facing speakers? It would kind of look a little funky.
But honestly, it works a lot better because most of the time you're watching a video, you put your phone down, it hums, it muffles the speakers.
Yeah, you have to cup your hand.
You have to cup your hand. Like, honestly, that's one of my biggest gripes as far as cell phones go. Like, and I haven't seen any vast improvement. Is the sound. They pitch you this whole thing of you could watch TV, Hulu, YouTube, but you have to have the phone like in your face, and you got to do this whole thing like, and you can't hear shit. So that's why I actually like the HTC One with the speakers in the front, because you could put the thing down and you can actually hear what you're watching. And I hope other phone
Sony.
manufacturers, the Sony,
Jumped
fix
on
that
yeah.
too, because they saw that it was an issue. And the Samsung, it has a little speaker like this in the back.
In the back, yeah.
And
they kept
and
that.
when you
And they
put it
kept
down,
the
it's
same.
it's done, and you can't really hear it. And that was like a big complaint of mine, because I do watch a lot of video on my phone, and I know Fast Cat does too, and
Yeah,
that's
no, I do as well. I usually use headphones, so the speakers in my
that
phone
would be
basically
good.
Get no use.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of Bluetooth speakers and stuff, but
use
when
some
you're
of
on the
those, yeah.
road and you're
And you're paying for something so much. Come on, you guys could put at least a decent speaker in there.
and the thing is that they know how to do it. It's not that it's like something
And
new
I
for
know
them.
it takes up some space, but hey, I just to make it a little bit bigger.
They have to feed you
don't think-
slowly. They have to feed you slowly.
Yeah, they got to give you small increments of upgrades to keep you
Yeah,
coming
we'll
back
get
and
one
buying.
little
back,
dot.
exactly.
We'll
If
get
not-
one little dot at the front next year.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we'll get two
It'll
the
be
next.
one-
And then on and on. But anyway, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, thanks a
Alright,
lot for
thank you.
calling
Great
in,
call,
man.
great call, thanks.
Take it easy, man.
Later.
Peace. So yeah, that's the whole cell phone market right now. Everything is little by little trying to little by little feed you new upgrades. But the key is trying to figure out what you need. Everybody's different. Like me, I watch a lot of video on my phone, and I'm at work, so I can't carry headphones and stuff like that. So it makes it hard for me to have headphones and stuff. And I know Fast Cat watches a lot of video on his phone too. So
Always, all the time.
but in your case, don't you hate the screen being so damn small?
Yeah, I do. That's why I always thought I was going to be. I always thought that I was going to remain an Android guy, because especially when the Samsung came out with such a big screen, I loved it. But it only took about 2 weeks of me having this phone right here, the iPhone 5, to know that these guys have the best product. That's all. And I'm the kind of guy that don't.
You just
even-
like it because it's simple and it
I-
works.
for a long time, I didn't.
It does
I
work,
didn't
though.
even. Apple was an alien concept to me for a long time, until I picked up this phone, and I like the big phones because I think they're phones made for guys, So I always had this kind of like, thing with the iPhone that it was for ladies, but it's an amazing phone. It's so trouble free. And I love that in a phone, especially because I'm the same way as you, Kuko. I like to go online and see some videos. I'm always on the phone, keeping tabs on business. So this is the best phone I've ever had. Definitely.
So back to the whole gaming stuff. The other game that we're reviewing is Thief. It's a game that came out for the Xbox One and the PS4, and we
were talking about Strider, the downloadable games. Since we were talking about downloadable Xbox, PlayStation, they're downloadable. It's kind of like a Ninja Gaiden.
But it's for both systems too, Strider.
It's for Xbox too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. If you guys like old Ninja Gaiden, this is basically it. And it's really nice, all HD.
The color palette's really nice.
Yeah,
The way the colors look.
the movement's really fast. It's cool. And as you start progressing in the game, your guy starts getting upgraded, and
So
he
this is
starts
perfect
upgrading
for
his
Fast
moves.
Cat that likes old school games.
Yeah, this is
Ninja
old
Gaiden
school.
was
It's really
badass,
cool
yeah.
though. I liked it. It has bosses just like old school kind of game, and I really like that whole thing. You know, I would never see a game like this in a long time. Cool bosses. I have fought this giant worm that flies in the air. You fight against like these little guys. There's like little bosses and then big bosses, just like old school games. I think
Good.
this is a really
Good.
cool game. For any of nostalgia players that want to keep playing some stuff like this is perfect. Very fast paced, keeps momentum going, and it keeps you keep playing, and it's very fun. There's nothing boring about this game. I don't highly recommend it. I recommend it if you're game that I
It's
mean
$15. So
$15. It's not gonna be
Wow.
that huge, but it does its thing. Like right there, he just upgraded. He gets a new thing, a new weapon.
So a
new
lot of
powers.
these AAA companies, like the game that Bioshock, what's this company? Irrational Games.
Yeah.
They're moving into this market. They're gonna start making these quick downloadable games. So is Cliffy B, the guy that made Gears of War. So a lot of these big companies that used to make these big AAA games are going away from making these big games because they cost a lot of money, and it takes a couple of years before you start getting your return on them. So they want to start pushing out games like this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I like playing these games, but they're not the kind of games that I like.
I'm thinking they're tearing to the new people, which these guys have short attention span. They want to beat a game in 15 minutes. This is what they want, and they have a short income. You know, you build a little game. You don't need that many people working on it. Probably like 4 or 5 or 6, but not like these giant games where they have like a whole freaking floor full of people working
The
on
whole
a game.
city.
You know, and I think they see the income on that. You know, maybe we don't sell 1 million, but man, I didn't have to spend 1 million to make it.
Yes.
You know, and it's a short little game, and everybody buys it. It's very easy to get. You don't have to sell a CD or anything like that. You don't have to go to the store. Hey, you just put it right there and put the commercials on the video game box, and hey, buy this. I hate the fact that yes, we're tearing to these short little easy games. You know, for us gamers, that we want a big giant game, a good story, a good vibe. I want to feel through some games. You know, that's the whole point. You know, the future.
It's an economic tendency. Large companies are downsizing.
Yeah.
And this is basically a downsize. That's what they're doing, and they realize that most people are online. Most people are using phones, and they want to tap into that market as opposed to having people come into the stores and purchase a DVD with a game in it. This is the alternative, and it's part of the new economy. I think it works wonderful for them. For business, it's great.
You want to know how sad the video game market is? They did an interview. They interviewed because they had the developer conference. So they interviewed a bunch of developers. 20% are going to make PS4 games. 10% are going to make Xbox One games. And 50% are going to make mobile games.
This is a market. That's why everybody's on their phones.
It's because it's making a lot of money. Yeah, we spoke about Flapping Birds a couple of weeks ago with Fast Cat.
Yeah.
That game was making $50,000 a day. A little game with a stupid little fish that was flying through pipes. That's money. You know, you have games that like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. They lost money. And they'd spend, months and months years making this game.
Yes.
And they lost money while some guy at in his basement coding up the Flapping Birds, puts it on the Android market, puts it on the Apple Store, rich overnight.
It's gonna come to the point where these big games that take a lot of logistics to create are gonna be custom ordered for people with a lot of money. You know, and they're not going to start producing them until they have
the wads and wads of cash.
Exactly. That's what I think it's going to lead to, which I think it's good because then, well, not really, not so good because then it's going to be really. We're going to be talking about $900 video games,
or a bunch of mobile games, which are like 5 minutes, or if not, they're like little levels and stuff like that. You just spend your time and trying to crush candies and stuff like that. It sucks how everything's been going. I really can't say or do anything that's not gonna change anything. I mean, it's just people just like these little games. They're very easy, and they're entertaining for the moment.
You know what's really sad? What's really sad is that I think kids and children are actually going to have to start riding their bikes again and their skateboards again. And they're going to have to start going outside to the park again.
I think they need some of that.
Lee Fay says, I love mobile games because I could play them while I'm on the shitter.
I mean, that's what they're for.
That's
For
awesome,
that
yeah.
little span of seconds. We have another caller calling in.
This is technically the 5th call.
Game Bros.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for calling into the Game Bros Show.
Yes, I am. I was calling because I just want to tell you guys that your show is awesome, and we learn so much every time we see it, every Sunday, and we're just so proud of you guys.
Awesome.
And we're at your house.
You're at our house. That's awesome. We want to thank you guys for calling in.
Thank you.
And who is this, by the way?
This is Sarita.
Oh, what's up, Sarita? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We want to thank you guys for being fans of our show. And I'm glad that we're helping you guys get educated on your cell phone, video game, and sports news.
Awesome.
Just to let you know.
I actually have a question.
Okay. This is not Sarita. This is Pamela.
Okay. What do you guys think about the Galaxy tablet?
The Galaxy tablet, I think it's okay. I think it's a good tablet. Why do you want the Galaxy? Because of the size or the power?
Because of the size. I was actually thinking of getting an iPad, the Air, but people have said that the Galaxy is much better than that.
The Galaxy lets you multitask. It lets you do a lot more things. The iPad is just basically a oversized iPhone. It does everything you want and it does it good, but the Galaxy lets you do just a little bit more. And it's same size. They're both 10-inch screens. But like I said, I think with the Galaxy Tab, you could actually use their S Pen, and it helps with taking notes and stuff like that. And you could do the whole multitasking thing. You know the S Pen that comes with the Galaxy Note 3. You could use that on the Tab.
Yeah, it's a little bit cheaper too than the Air at the same time.
And the other thing that you have to take in mind is that the Galaxy lets you expand the memory.
Yeah.
Which is a really big thing, because once you start putting music, videos, all this stuff on it, with an iPad, you're restricted to whatever you buy. And every time you buy a bigger, size, it's a big money difference.
$100 difference. When you could buy a little chip with 64 gigs and just slap it in for like $80, and you have 64 gigs.
Plus
what's
what
inside.
you have. So
it's very useful in that sense.
For an office person, I would go with the Tab because you can multitask, do the whole emailing, watching videos, or put Game Bros on one side and your emails on the other, and we have a happy world.
And if I highly recommend using the applications that they come with too. I mean, there's a lot of applications that work hand in hand with your work and your schedule and your life.
And honestly, you could also, for a little bit more, you could also get a laptop now.
Yeah, I mean, laptops are very cheap and they're very slim, almost as slim as a tablet. I mean,
and you have a lot of these hybrid laptops that are tablets/laptops too, for maybe like $100-$200 more.
Yeah, and you get more power out of them.
Okay, nice. Well, thank you guys so much for the information. I will definitely keep that in mind.
Thanks for calling.
And we wanted to call just once again to let you know that we do watch your show and we love your information and inputs on the different technologies.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So pass the phone to somebody else and have them call now.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Technically, Sarah's the 5th caller, so that means we only need 2 callers to give away that 12-pack of XS.
You have to.
All right, thank you.
2 more callers.
2 more callers. Hang up, Lord Infamous, please.
That was a great call.
Yeah, I love the. It kind of feels weird when they pat you on the back. You're like, oh yeah, that feels good, and then after a while, you're like, oh no. So LaFay.
So we played another game. Was Thief that came out this week, which is pretty cool game.
Yes, I Poke.
Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're gonna try to, fix that up.
We're gonna have
This
to
is-
upgrade our computer, man.
It
This
just
is-
keeps crashing a little bit here and there. Oh, we got another caller.
Damn, we're on the roll, Fast Cat.
Awesome. Keep them coming.
Fast Cat Hotline.
Hotline.
What's up?
You finished, honey?
No. This is the GameBros Show. Welcome to the GameBros Show. We're not finished. We're never finished.
We're just getting started.
You said hotline.
So what's up? Who is this? Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with? Do not say your name. Do not say your name. Say your username.
Your user tag. I got another caller from West Palm.
We gotta.
Just want to let you guys know you guys got the best show. Tell it out as it is.
All
Love
right.
you guys.
Thanks. We
Talk to you guys
appreciate it.
later on, okay?
All right, peace.
Bye.
So this is our winner, right?
No, this one is?
Yeah, we want to thank our winner, Game Bros winner. Who is this?
Hello?
How you doing?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I need to order pepperoni.
I think you got the wrong number, man. This is the
Come on,
the
man.
world
Come
famous
on,
Game
where-
Bros show.
where the six-pack at, bro?
Oh, this is congratulations.
Who is it?
That's Ultra 7, baby.
It's Ultra 7, man.
Ultra
Coming
7?
all the way from West Palm Beach.
Good deal, man. Good deal.
He was waiting for that, were you?
Yeah, he had his phone ready. He was waiting to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 call.
Uh-oh, we got
We got another. Hey, you won though, by the way.
Ultra 7, you're the winner of the XS 12-pack, man.
All right, man. Keep.
Don't be PV in the house, baby.
All right, stay online so we can get your details, man.
Leave them in the chat room if anything. Or email us.
We got his number?
Yeah, I got his info.
We can
All
call
right,
him
we got
back
your
and get
info.
his info so we can mail him the 12-pack.
All right, Ultra.
Thank you.
All right, brothers.
All right, man.
Good deal.
Hello,
This is Game Bros.
Game Bros. Who is it? Hello.
Game Bros, you're on the air.
I guess they're not happy because they didn't win.
They hanged up like, no.
But it's okay. We want to thank everybody for participating. You guys can keep calling, man. You guys don't.
Have any questions of video games or
Whoever
technology
calls
or
next
sports?
will win this cranberry grape blast. I'll give them this drink. I'll send it to you. All right? Whoever calls next will win. I got 2 right here. I'll send you guys 2. We got strawberry and wild berry. The next caller will win these 2. Is that's okay with you, Fast Cat?
The more you call, the better for the whole show and the better for all the callers in the future, because we're just going to keep upping the gifts and the prizes for our callers. So the more you call, the more you're creating a good vibe, and it's going to allow us to give away
get more stuff.
things.
The more sponsors we get, we'll start getting games. We'll give free games. We'll give out,
Free PlayStations.
yeah, PlayStation 4. We're thinking about it. We might be giving a PlayStation 4 out anytime. So you guys better, stay tuned.
But we have to build up those calls. We have to get 30, 40 calls per show. We have to interact with you guys because you guys are part of what makes this show special.
So we're trying to get our sponsors up. But let's go back to Thief, man. It's a great game. I really highly recommend this game. You guys should go out and get it. I just have a couple of gripes. And I think that a next gen, there should not have these problems. But before I get into that, the game is really cool. And then we have another caller.
Somebody wants 2 cans of.
Hello, caller. This is Game Bros. Guess what? You just won 2 cans of XS energy drinks. Did I scare you?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Who's this?
Welcome to Game Bros. You're
hello.
online. Hello, caller. Game Bros. You're online. You're on the air.
That's great, yo. That is so awesome.
Who is this?
Well, this is Louis.
Hey, what's up, Louis?
What's up?
Guess what? You just won 2 cans of XS energy drinks.
That's awesome. I didn't expect it.
But guess what? You're gonna win 2 of these XS energy drinks, and they're gonna give you success in life. It will, guaranteed.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, are you a gamer or sports addict? What are you into?
I'm into everything. It's all fine.
It's all good. It's all good, right?
Yeah, it's all good. Actually, I was calling about the whole phone and gaming stuff.
Okay.
It is actually good marketing because everyone now has a phone. Even 8-year-olds, 26-year-olds, 68-year-olds, and you just want to waste time on your phone.
Yeah, because the cell phone, honestly, I don't know about you, Fast Cat. It's my babysitter. I give my son my phone, put a little Minecraft on it, babysits them. But like Louis says, it also there's so much stuff that you do on your phone as far as social media, putting up pictures. You're interacting with your phone more than you interact with people nowadays.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but as far as marketing, that's where the money is right now.
Yes, it is.
I agree. You're always on Instagram or Facebook, or you're either playing a simple game.
You know how much money Chad Ochocinco makes just off of his tweets? Chad Ochocinco has like 4 million followers on Twitter, and he says, "I like XS energy drinks." Boom, he makes $10,000.
Wow.
Just for his
I need
tweets.
to get on that.
But you got to get like 5 million followers. It's going to be very hard for you to get that many, my friend.
But not impossible.
Not impossible. Nothing's impossible.
Not if you drink excess.
So, Louis, I don't know if you could join our chat room real quick so I can get your info so I can send you your 2 cans of XS energy drinks.
I'm actually in the chat room.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Who you are, Lefe?
No, I'll write a comment right now.
All right. But hey, somebody wants to win my miniature Dolphins helmet. I'm sorry, man. That's an heirloom.
Who won the loot crate? What did they have to do to win the loot crate?
If you can get me 1,000 subscriptions to YouTube, I'll give you the Dolphins helmet.
You both helmets done.
You be quiet. You win the Dolphins helmet. So Louis, if you get, hit us up on the chat room so you get your 2 energy drinks.
And if you want to join us on that Loot Crate contest, just write Loot Crate. There's a picture on the video with the subscription.
Not on the phone, on the video.
Favi.
All right.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Louis. Thanks for calling in, man.
Louis, thanks for calling, man.
Thanks, Louis.
Oh.
Nice.
That Louis. Yeah, I know who that is. He sounds so different on the phone, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was like way off. But that's cool, man. We want to thank you
That
for
was a great
calling
call,
in.
Louis.
So let's get into this whole thief thing, man, because we gotta wrap this up. We gotta have that little. We should get the wrap it up box.
Yeah.
Lord Infamous could play it every once in a while. So the graphics are really good. The coloring and my problems are that it's always at nighttime.
Oh, okay.
So you can't really look at the details because it's always so dark. I understand that he's trying to, creep around in the dark, but come on, man. Let's have a little bit more of a, of lighting, better lighting. And the other thing, and Lord Infamous and my son, Coquito, could attest to this, the loading. I'm sorry. I guess I'm OCD or whatever, but you should not take 10 steps and it should load. 10 more steps and load again. 10 steps, load again. Like, we're in we're supposedly in the new, generation of gaming. There should not be this much loading. Man, Skyrim loaded the whole damn game. You could play the whole game and not see a load screen. Or when you went into some rooms and caves, it loaded, right?
Yeah.
But, dog, the rest of the world is open. So, like, the game is really good, but the whole loading thing, it kind of like turns you off because you're like, you get so excited and you're there playing, you're like robbing people left and right, and then all of a sudden it stops to load. And then sometimes it does in-game loading, like you're pushing a piece of wood, and it makes you press a button, so it by itself some time to load.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that? Like, you're like in this house, and there's a piece of wood there laying. Like, why is this piece of wood here? But as far as the game itself, like, it's okay. It really disappointed me because I thought it was gonna be more like Dishonored, and it wasn't.
That's what it kind of looks like. It's like,
And you guys should thank me for saving $60 because
Well, the game
you
is
guys should
Dishonored.
rent it. Dishonored is an assassin game where it was first person just like this, and you snuck around. You could kill everybody or you could kill no one. You could beat the game without killing anyone.
Well, this game too, though.
Yeah, this game too. You could do that, but if the other one, Dishonored felt more open. Like you could go wherever you want, do whatever you want. This one tells you can, but it kind of funnels you to like 3 different routes.
Yeah.
And then Dishonored, he had a power because of this thing that happens to him. So he gets this power, and then he had different gadgets. He's got gadgets too, but it was just so disappointing. I would rent it. Use GameFly, which hopefully one day will be our sponsors. Just GameFly and rent it, and just don't buy it. I'm sorry. I know these people work day and night to make their games, and they spend a lot of time on it. But next time, spend more time and make it a little better.
That's right.
It is what it is, my friends. So this was the GameBros Show. We'll actually pick a winner of the Loot Crate. And we'll send them a message and send out the Loot Crate box to them. We want to thank all the viewers. We want to thank all the phone calls that we got. And we want to thank Fast Cat for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we want to thank Lord Infamous for taking over the reins over there on the producing table. We want to thank DJ Fuego. And we want to thank all the viewers and all the YouTubers out there. If you like our show, please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Every Sunday, we do our show live from 6 to 8. And just please tell your friends. And Go Giants says Ultra 7. He wants to dedicate his 12-pack to the New York Football Giants.
Good.
So we want to thank everybody for watching. Please tell your friends, please. We want to get more subscribers. That way we can get more pool in the market. And
give away a lot of stuff.
So these are all the cool stuff that you could get from Loot Crate. So that's one of our sponsors, Loot Crate. Check them out. It's a monthly subscription service. Really, really good. We highly, highly recommend them. So remember, live in your world, play in ours. Game Bros. Peace.